On this fun-filled family destination, we're headed to the Windy City, best known for its incredible architecture, food, museums, waterfront playground, shopping, entertainment, and of course, family-friendly fun. Welcome to the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. I'm Colleen Kelly, and this is Family Travel. On this fun-filled family vacation, we'll kick off our trip 103 stories above the city. Get a chance to experience the Chicago Children's Museum, buzz on up to Chicago neighborhood to play with some animals, get shopping tips from local moms, take a tour of Wrigley Field, and top off the evening with a boat tour on the Chicago River. This city is amazing! My name is Colleen Kelly, and when I was single, I lived abroad and traveled the world. Then I became a parent and wondered, how would I ever travel again? So I set out to find a new way to travel and get back to exploring the world family style. I'm here to guide you on how to get the most out of your family vacation. Pack your bags and join me, Colleen Kelly. We're going on vacation. Funding provided by...
Parents say travel is educational. Kids just think it's fun. It's gotten me up close to dinosaurs, sharks, even real rockets. And that's pretty awesome. Family travel equals family fun. City Pass.
When vacationing in a large city like Chicago, it's a good idea to get a lay of the land. So let's begin our journey at the top of Willis Tower, one of the tallest buildings in the Western Hemisphere. At 103 stories up, you can get an amazing view of Chicago. I met a family on vacation from Omaha, Nebraska. They told me about what it felt like to overlook the city.
You know, we're not used to seeing large buildings like this.
Feels like defying gravity.
Seems like the cars are the little toy cars just going under you.
And it looks like you're floating.
While at Willis Tower, you can learn about all the famous people that have put Chicago on the map. There are a lot of skyscrapers in Chicago, but I wanted to learn what made this building so unique. I went to a specialist in all things Willis Tower. All right, so I'm on one of the highest places in all of Chicago, and this is the new thing. What is this?
We extended the building 4.3 feet outside, and we built glass balconies. To give you the shot, 1,353 feet straight down. We thought, what can we do to kind of give you that feel and really give you a great shot straight down?
Can I just tell you, this is freaky. Oh my gosh. My brain knows that the ledge is constructed out of super strong steel and glass, but my heart is still pounding. I can't believe I just did that. Okay, this is great. I feel like I just did something really, really cool, and I kind of faced my fears. Here's a tip for you. Take a picture of your family on the ledge. It makes a great memento for your scrapbook. After my death-defying adventure, I met up with my local friends, Gus, Colleen, and Katie. Even though they are from Chicago, they had never experienced the ledge. Well, now I had a few things I could teach them.
Katie, you want to lay down and see? She'll do it. She's very brave.
Wow.
Are you flying?
I can fly in the air. I can fly in the air.
What do you think of that? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Like Superman, huh?
It's awesome.
Is this a good place to start a vacation?
I think this is where you have to begin because you get to see how big the city is and you get to see some beautiful parts, whether it's the lakefront, or whether it's the west side, or whether it's the east side, north side.
That's a great way to start a vacation. As you look down from Willis Tower, you can see that there are a million ways to get around town. Being the third largest city in the U.S. makes Chicago a major transportation hub. Consider using one of Chicago's methods of public transportation on your next trip. The most common mode of public transit in Chicago is the train system called the L. This is short for the word elevated because some of the trains travel on a track above ground over the downtown streets. The L is operated by the Chicago Transit Authority, which is the second largest rapid transit system in the U.S. If you're arriving into Chicago via plane, you will fly into one of two airports. The L services both airports, and you can get your family downtown for a minimal cost. The CTA offers short-term and long-term unlimited passes, as well as discounted rates for children and seniors. A fun way to get around town is to hop on a water taxi, which travels along the Chicago River through downtown. It's a great way to get a bargain tour of the city's architecture, and it will drop you right off at our next stop, Navy Pier. Jutting out from the shore of Lake Michigan, over 8 million visitors a year come to this historic landmark to enjoy everything from scenic cruise boats to a 3-story children's museum.
Navy Pier has something for everyone. There's food, there's shopping, there's entertainment, and it's all right here under one roof.
A huge hit at Navy Pier is the popular Chicago Children's Museum. You can spend an entire day here, building, climbing, exploring.
Jennifer, this place is so big.
We have 57,000 square feet here, all designed for families to play and learn together.
What are some of your favorite exhibits here?
Well, I love our Pritzker play space. There's not a lot of places for babies and toddlers to play.
We have to take care of our little guys.
Absolutely, it's where it all starts.
What are some of your secrets that you kind of know about that maybe some people wouldn't know when they came in here?
Every exhibit, every experience has a big team of educators, exhibit designers, exhibit developers behind it, making sure that it's just right. It's a place for families to play and learn together, and that children are connecting with the kind of content and concepts they actually need at those ages.
And that's a good point. Why is it important for kids to kind of have that contact?
Play is actually very serious business. Children need to play. It's very important because they learn in concrete ways. This is a place where they can do that, and it's very different to experience the real thing.
And the parents get to get in there too. I actually love this place because I want to just jump in to the art exhibit. And oh, there's this one really fantastic exhibit where you can actually get into what looks like dirt.
Yes, in our dinosaur exhibit, you can dig for a dinosaur skeleton. So there's lots for parents to do. Parents, older kids, they all connect with it, and everybody loves feeling like a child again.
Oh yeah, that is so true. Well, I can't thank you enough. I think I might just go play now, if that's okay with you.
Of course, thank you.
I'm getting there. Maybe you girls can bury me.
After digging in the dirt for dinosaur bones, it was time for some clean fun at the Waterways exhibit.
All right, they have raincoats here, which you can use, but you might want to save this exhibit for last because you can get really wet here.
I joined a little girl who was already playing at the water table.
What do we do?
That's where the duckies live.
There's a whole system here.
Those are for you, I think.
Oh, these are for me. Oh, good, I get to share.
Now we can take that one out and the water can flow.
Okay, now we can take that out. Oh,
The water.
very good.
And the duckies won't move.
I didn't even think of that.
Children explore firsthand the power of water. You can pump, you can pull, you can splash. This is hands-on science at its best. Of course, if you need to dry off, you can always take advantage of the many outdoor activities at Navy Pier. There's everything, from miniature golf to the enormous Ferris wheel. Or you can just walk around the pier and take in the sights. For now, we're off to Lincoln Park, a Chicago neighborhood popular with local families. You can take public transportation from Navy Pier, but I found an even better way.
A great way to get to Lincoln Park is to rent a Surrey. A 6-seater runs for about 40 bucks.
And let me tell you, it's a good workout too. Chicago is made up of over 70 different neighborhoods. We're here in the Lincoln Park neighborhood, just north of Chicago. This one-of-a-kind neighborhood is filled with family-friendly shops, restaurants, and activities. Our first stop, the Lincoln Park Zoo. What's amazing about the Lincoln Park Zoo is its unexpected location in the midst of a big city. Lincoln Park Zoo is open 365 days a year, and guess what? It's free. There are over 1,200 animals at the zoo, representing 230 different species.
So cute. I love this zoo.
Lincoln Park Zoo is especially known for its dedication to endangered African apes. Social media opens the door to connect with new people. I was glad to finally meet my online buddy, MJ, and her children.
Hi! So good to finally meet you.
Finally!
Oh my gosh, thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you. We're so excited.
I know, this is great to be at the zoo, isn't it? Right
Oh my
in the middle
God.
of the city.
Perfect day.
I downloaded a free app online, which led us on an adventure throughout the zoo. Our first stop was to find the giraffe's habitat.
What do we have to do?
We need to get a photo of the giraffes while they tower over the tiny meerkats.
Look at that giraffe right there. Beautiful.
At every checkpoint, you can either take a photo or do a task. After we snagged our photo at the giraffe exhibit, we went off in search of our next checkpoint, but got sidetracked at the lion's den.
Are those his babies? I think the one in the middle is a baby.
Yeah. Which one's the boy and which one's the girl?
That one's the boy and that one's the girl.
Pretty good. She knows, huh?
Let's get back on track and find those apes. But we'll need to use a map to find out which way to go.
So where are we going again, Matthew?
Over here.
Oh,
Park maps are a perfect and fun starting point for practicing map reading.
All right, let's follow Matthew and his map.
To get to the next checkpoint, you'll pass by the ape's house. The design of the ape's habitat makes you feel like you can reach out and touch them. And though you can't actually pet them, you do feel like you are making a connection with them. We have one last stop on our scavenger hunt. The Nature Boardwalk. This is our last stop on the scavenger hunt. I think we're supposed to take a photo.
Oh my God, look at that view, guys.
Wow. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Chicago!
Just down the street from the zoo, we step into a world of imagination. Today, we're visiting a theater not only known for its magical name, but for its interaction with the audience. This theater is the oldest children's theater in Chicago. Over the years, this theater has created an atmosphere for imagination and playful learning. The theater prides itself on choosing books that can allow the children to interact with the play, as well as learn a moral lesson. Families can arrive up to 15 minutes prior to the performance to participate in a unique feature of arts and crafts which will be incorporated into the show.
Are we going to use this in the show? What do you think?
For this performance, cat faces are on the agenda. We wrap up our craft and are asked to start making our way into the theater.
Here. What's the matter?
Oh, I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's really bright and colorful and high energy, and I think you had a really good time.
On your way out, make sure to grab the discussion pamphlet that has questions and games for after the show.
Everybody ready? 1.
The day isn't over yet. Let's head back downtown for a bit of light shopping. No visit to Chicago is complete without a stop to shop on Michigan Avenue. Michigan Avenue, known as the Magnificent Mile, has developed into a premier shopping destination. It mixes couture with family friendliness. Here's a tip. Bring a portable bag with you for all your treasures. Open it up, and you can shop till you drop. I got together with 2 local bloggers, and they gave me advice on how to shop with children in Chicago. All right, so we're here on Michigan Avenue. What are some tips that you would have for shopping here?
I always say grab your favorite beverage, wear comfortable shoes, and make sure you check out the lower end stores as well as the higher end stores for great finds.
And also, there's plenty of places to stop and get a treat, grab a bag of candy, ice cream stores, popcorn places.
I'd like all those.
Yes, and it's a great bribe too, so it works out really well.
It keeps us shopping, right?
Yes.
Right, moms?
While in Michigan Avenue, you'll have the opportunity to see one of Chicago's most treasured buildings, the Water Tower. This lovely limestone building survived the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, in which 2,000 acres of the city was lost. The Water Tower has since become an unofficial memorial of the disaster. The rebuilding effort after the fire is one of the reasons Chicago has become one of the most modern architectural centers of the world. Hungry from all that shopping, I headed over to Gino's East.
Oh, the smell of deep dish pizza.
A local hotspot to enjoy a Chicago staple, deep dish pizza. And with a little planning, you can sign up the family for a pizza class. I joined a group of sisters, and together with hairnets and sanitary gloves, we got schooled in Deep Dish 101.
The first thing we do in the morning, we come in and we make dough, and it rises for a couple of hours. Then we punch it down, and then we make it into dough balls, or what we call turtling. You start pushing it in the center, and you're pushing it ever so lightly toward the edges of the pan. One of the things that makes it unique is we literally build a pizza kind of upside down from everybody else. So we start with the cheese on the bottom. We grab 2 slices of cheese.
This is easy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If it's pepperoni, we're gonna add 7 pepperonis, and if it's sausage, we're gonna take a little handful and we're gonna pat it down just like we saw in the kitchen a little bit earlier.
While you're waiting for your pizza, don't forget to bring markers. And whiteout is my personal favorite. Did you know you can ship pizzas home?
No.
Yes, you can.
Any place?
Anywhere in the United States.
In the country. Oh, that would be wonderful because we have relatives from all over the country and they love to come to Chicago.
Oh, good. They can have a pizza here.
Okay, that's a good idea for Christmas presents. I'll keep that in mind.
There you go.
Here we go, right out of the oven, kids.
This is good pizza.
Chicago has 26 miles of lakeshore beaches and parks. One of the can't-miss parks in Chicago is Millennium Park.
Millennium is all about music and art, but kids just love to come here and play.
Home to over 525 free events a year, Millennium Park has award-winning art, landscaping, and year-round family activities.
Here's a tip. Bring a picnic basket if it's summer in Chicago. They have unbelievable concerts under the stars.
You'll also see Cloudgate, affectionately referred to by the locals simply as the Bean. The Bean is unlike anything else and provides way more fun for the kids than you might expect. And don't you dare miss the Crown Fountains, great for cooling off on a hot day. Just down the street from Millennium Park is the Art Institute, home to some of the most famous paintings in the world. Heading a little further south is Museum Campus, home to Adler Planetarium, the Field Museum, and where we're headed next, the Shedd Aquarium. The Shedd Aquarium overlooks Lake Michigan and is home to over 22,000 sea creatures. They even have hands-on exhibits and interactive play spaces.
I can play like a penguin.
And while every trip to the Shedd is exciting, getting into the water with a 1.5-ton whale is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
With a little pre-planning, you can have an amazing experience like the beluga encounter.
It's easy to connect with these gentle giants in their Abbott Oceanarium pool.
Hi, I'm here to sign up for the beluga whale experience.
Absolutely, I can help you out.
This aquatic adventure begins with suiting up.
This is going to be so much fun.
Some of my family joined me for the beluga experience, and then we got a lesson in safety and etiquette.
But as you see, the beluga whales are very large, so there's lots of real estate to go around. We're just going to do a nice, gentle, sincere touch. And the more sincere, the better. They really find that very rewarding.
The beluga encounter is used as a regular training session for the whales. So we learned how to give them a little medical checkup to make sure that they are healthy. After the exam, we had time to play and get better acquainted with our new aquatic friends. And they could get pretty loud when they wanted to.
How do you like your job?
We love our jobs. I mean, it's a great place to work. It's full of emotion, full of, wonderful times with these animals. They're fabulous to train. They are like our family.
And they all have different personalities, right?
Absolutely. Each and every animal we work with here has a different personality, all the way to the penguins.
I caught up with my parents and my nephew to find out what they thought about being with the whales.
Absolutely amazing being in the water with these animals. The trainers know just how to handle them. They come up to you, and they even gave me a kiss.
I've only used the word awesome maybe 5 times in my life because it's such a great word. That was awesome. And they kind of feel like a hard-boiled egg.
It was one of the best experiences of my life.
Really?
Oh.
Why was that?
Because just to be up close and actually interacting with the whales.
And you know what? It's something we all could do.
It's kind of a multi-generational vacation.
Yeah, I mean, you feel safe. Everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing, and it was just wonderful, right?
Yeah.
I loved it.
What better way to dry off than to spend some time in the sun? Wrigley Field, nicknamed the Friendly Confines.
A family can either watch a game or go on a behind-the-scenes tour. I chose to take the behind-the-scenes tour.
Where I'll get a chance to dive into the rich history and traditions of one of the oldest baseball clubs in America. Meet our tour guide, Frank, Cubs aficionado.
Welcome. You guys ready for a tour? Yeah.
Wrigley Field, originally known as Weigman Park, was built in the spring of 1914 by businessman Charles Weigman. It took just 6 weeks to build and cost an estimated $250,000. Holy cow! Being the second oldest active ballpark in America, it comes as no surprise that Wrigley Field has been the site of many historic moments and the beginning of many traditions that we still see today. From up in the press box, you can view the field from the same perspective as the famous Cubs announcers, Jack Brickhouse and Harry Carey.
The number 0265-102. 02, it's been 2 full seasons since we won the division. 65, it's been 65 full seasons since we won the pennant. I'm not going to explain the 102.
Not going to explain 102? That's a huge part of the history. How about I explain? Legend has it that the curse of the Billy Goat was supposedly placed on the Chicago Cubs in 1945. Billy Sianis, owner of the Billy Goat Tavern, was asked to leave a World Series game because his pet goat's odor was bothering other fans. He was outraged, and he declared, "Them Cubs, they aren't going to win me no more." The Cubs haven't returned to the World Series yet, but they have come close. And as they say, there's always next year. Frank schooled us not only in history, but on some pretty cool traditions that started right here at Wrigley Field.
If you guys all turn around, take a peek at that white rectangular box behind us. That is the first ever concession stand at a Major League ball field. Every sporting event that you go to, we sing our national anthem before the start of every game. Another tradition started here at Wrigley. Anyone lucky enough to catch a foul ball or a home run ball? Nice. What'd you do with it?
Gave it to my son.
All right, gave it to your son. That right was afforded to you by Charles Weigman.
Also on the tour, we took a peek inside the locker room.
October 1st, 1932, Game 3 of the World Series that happened here at Wrigley Field. And Babe Ruth got dressed in this room before that happened. Wow. Speaking of all-time greats, the all-time great basketball player, MJ, Mr. Michael Jordan, retired in the middle of his career, tried his craft at baseball. When Michael Jordan was in the minors for the White Sox, they called him up for that one game, and Michael Jordan got dressed as a baseball player in one professional baseball stadium. He got dressed right in that first locker. He got dressed here at Wrigley Field. So we've covered all the all-time greats.
Why are there those,
The nameplates up there? Good question, I forgot to cover that.
And why do they have no names?
During the season, the clubhouse staff will get on this computer, use that printer, and print out all of the active roster for the visiting teams. They'll do it on paper and they'll put in nameplates. So like I said, usually they'll put the coaches' names and numbers here, and they'll put all the players around.
After the locker room, we stopped off to hang out on the famous bleachers and even got a chance to step out onto the field. At the end of the tour, I talked with some families about their favorite part.
This is so amazing. What did you think of this whole tour?
It was fantastic. It was unbelievable, the things we saw.
I love going up and sitting in the press box up there. Grab some dirt when you go. It's kind of like holy dirt. Yeah. This is really amazing, though, that this is here and that we didn't even know about it. And we could all do this. Yeah, we'll have to bring family out. It's a great thing for families to do.
It is great.
When in Chicago, if you can't see a Cubs game, be sure to check out the Wrigley Field tour. Let's go north on Clark Street to experience a neighborhood with Swedish roots.
Enjoy. Thank you. You'd be surprised by how many fantastic free things you can find in a city.
This afternoon, we'll be meeting up with Keith, a Chicago greeter, and he'll be showing us around Andersonville.
Chicago, Andersonville had the second largest Swedish population in the world.
The program offers a look at 25 different Chicago neighborhoods. The Greeter program is made up of local volunteers who educate visitors all about Chicago.
It's like
having a friend in the city. Your family's guide will show you around the neighborhood of your choice. What do you think? What would you pick? The big one? You're gonna go for the big one. Yeah, no little cupcakes for you. Go for the whole cake. That was really smart.
Kind of cool?
Did you learn something?
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Yeah, there's a lot of places that are interesting, you're right.
Since the program is complimentary, It's great for any family wanting to shave off a few bucks from their vacation budget. I opted to wind down the night with a boat tour along the Chicago River. Nighttime is when Chicago really comes alive. The individual beauty of each building combined together creates another work of art, the skyline itself. If you're looking for something to do after dark in Chicago, take a boat ride. It's gorgeous. This amazing ride captures the city in a whole new light. It's the perfect end to a fantastic vacation in Chicago.
Chicago! It's been quite the day here in the Windy City. Join us next time for another fun-filled family vacation destination.
Funding provided by...
Kids think travel's all about fun, but parents know it broadens horizons, introduces kids to new cultures, and makes lasting memories. And that's pretty awesome. Family travel equals family fun. City Pass.
For more information on upcoming destinations and projects, visit familytravelck.com. Follow us on Twitter and find us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you.